welcome to the third episode of Time with Julius, and I'm here with Kobby Kyei. I always like to give a little bit backstory of my guest, and with Kobby Kyei, I remember when we were starting this whole podcast when I came to Ghana, and I was looking for someone to support me, in terms of blogging this show, and I spoke to a couple of people, and they were like, they mentioned about bloggers, but I'm like, okay, but this is the direction that I want to go. This is the path that I want to go. I want to stay positive, and I want to talk about, educational stuff, empowerment, youth empowerment and everything. And as soon as I say that, everyone says, then contact Kobby Kyei. Everyone. I spoke to like 5, 6 people. All of them said Kobby Kyei, if that's the path that I want to go. So I'm like, oh, why not? So, I thought it would be great to have Kobby Kyei on the show today, So, welcome, Kobby Kyei.
Thank you, Julius.
And thanks for coming.
Super humble to be here.
Yeah. So, I've watched a lot of your interviews. And we all know your path, where you wanna, the direction that you are going. And one thing that I ask myself anytime I watch you talk is, why positivity?
All right, thank you so much. So, why positivity? I think that is because of my general mindset of how I want things to go for me, and the fact that growing up, I came up from an environment where my parents always wanted something positive to happen around myself and my siblings, So I've always maintained the fact that we need to impact humanity, we need to impact society, we need to always give back to society and always let the things that people see, audio and visually, it should be able to affect the mindset positively, because guess what? The reason why I'm saying this is that anytime there are bad stuff happening in your environment, it's directly or indirectly affects your approach of thinking. You might not be aware of what you are doing, but if they are bad things, that is why when you see people put up a behavior, the first question you want to ask yourself is, where are they coming from? Where is the environment? Where did they grow up? Which family are they associated with? So your whole well-being of how you see things, your environment plays a vital role. So I have always maintained that for me to be an embodiment of how people should operate in the world, we must make sure that our environment is full of positivity, because guess what? There's negative, there's positive.
Yeah.
But the question is, how is the negative affecting human minds? Is it good or bad? How is the positive also building the human capacity in terms of how they live?
Yeah.
You notice that in conclusion, the positive environments or mindsets always attribute to greatness.
Yeah.
So I told myself that, look, even though we are in a world of negative and positive, which will be more powerful to build my capacity and also to inspire the young ones around me.
Yeah.
And so I sat down and I premeditated, and I said that if I am coming from an environment where my parents had to usher me into thinking positive and to changing the environment around me, I need to also build an atmosphere around me where any person associated with me will be able to have that light of positiveness. I celebrated my birthday, and I want to use your platform to say a very big thank you. It was a short notice, but you came to support me.
Yeah.
And you saw the kind of children you saw, and that's where I was born, Aguna Diakwa. You saw the environment, you saw the children. So that should literally tell you or give you an idea of where I am today.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with people who are suffering from cerebral palsy, physically challenged, disabled children.
Yeah.
And you don't need negative around those children. Hence, my whole narrative of putting out positive message out there.
Well, I'll come back to the cerebral palsy and the charity work that you do. But so you started blogging in 2015, isn't it? 17. How was blogging at that time when you started? In Ghana, was it big already, or was it something that you knew that it was is gonna become bigger?
Thank you. So it was actually huge because we have the likes of, I always refer him as the legendary one because he is actually the pace setter for all of us. So big shout out to Amir Debra. So Amir Debra was there, very huge, very consistent. Zion Felix was there. George Kweku, Ronnie everywhere, George Baton, Elombini, NYDJ from Kumasi, a host of other great people. So it was actually huge. But when I started off in 2017, I looked at the space and I said, what can also be the contributing factor to let me stand out? Yeah. Because I looked in the space. I always said, I started off as an entertainment blogger or journalist because, I accumulated a lot, huge numbers on social media because of my affiliation or my love for SAC. So I looked at the space at that time in 2017, 18, 19, entering into 2020. And I told myself that, look, I think literally every Ghanaian blogger or even African blogger is more focused on entertainment. So what can I also do to stand out? Even before changing the narrative to pick a niche for myself, which is the humanitarian and the developmental stuff that I do, even in the entertainment space, I would always want to stick to a path where I don't follow what is trending. Because you see a lot of news trending all over the place, and Kobby would not jump on it. Yeah. Which I think this will be the first time I'm talking about it. It's actually, I lost a lot of numbers, quite a number of numbers, because people didn't understand my vision and my mission, because they thought like, okay, once I am following you as a blogger, then you should give me literally everything. Yeah. So it was at a point when I told myself that, okay, even though you are leaving, it is also an opportunity for me to see the organic ones that I want them to roll or walk with me. Yeah. And then I started off calling myself the positive blogger, and it was people didn't understand the vision. Because when you move into other media houses, they want to tell you, when you mention Peace FM, they say you're stationed with a vision, TV3, best in news, best entertainment. Everybody want to associate him or herself or his organization with some entitlement. And so I told myself that, okay, I stand for positivity. Yeah. So this is what I want to do. And so fast forward, I look in the space and I said, there are people who are in rural communities. There are people who need the voice, who need to share the voice of the voiceless. And on social media, I stand to be corrected, but no African blogger is actually moving into rural communities to share the untold stories of what is happening around their communities on social media. Hence, I started that, and the journey has been very beautiful. Using my platform to build capacity. Capacity building. I've hosted my own Shine Summit, bringing a lot of you together to empower them. I invited a lot of hosts, prominent people to come and speak to them. I've visited communities where they lack potable water to drink. I've provided boreholes for them, kind courtesy, some NGOs that came on board. I've been able to do a story about bad roads that has been fixed, So these are things that I feel brings up about joy in what I do. Yeah. Someone will ask me, don't you like money? I love money. Yeah. But guess what? I keep saying that for you to be successful, you need to think about making an impact first.
Yeah.
Because all the great people in the world who you think that are successful actually thought of a problem and then followed it up with solutions. You can never be successful, or you can never be rich, or you can never be a wealthy man without not identifying a problem and helping we solve them.
Yeah.
You know? So from a myopic point of view, you might think that, are you going to feed your family? But the bigger picture mind will tell you that, you know what? There's a beautiful thing at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because I've followed your works and I know how being positive has, opened a lot of doors for you, because obviously you work with Sarkodie, Matt Brown, and all them, great people. But one thing, as you said, people ask you, don't you love the money? Why don't you follow this path? What are some of the challenges you face? People actually call you blogger. I know you're a blogger, but I feel like you are a lot of things. You're a philanthropist. You are, motivational speaker as well. Because you empower a lot of the youth. What are some of the challenges you face as a positive, blogger?
Thank you so much. One of the huge challenge I find in my space is, I think sometimes I'm just way ahead of my peers. Because for you to say there are things that are trending that will give you the numbers on YouTube, that will give you the viewership, and for you to say that, no, I am not going to be part of those conversations on social media. It takes a lot, for people to sit there and say, is Kobby not going to post these things? And then I come back to my senses to say that, you know what? You guys are not really getting the bigger picture of what I am actually doing. And until when they all realize that this is what the boy is actually up and about, it's actually going to be too late. Before we came on set, I was actually discussing with you the fact that Kwame Nkrumah, when you go on YouTube, you find a lot of his tapes and some of the powerful statements that when he said at that time, I'm sure it was one of his biggest challenges, because throughout the African continent, they were not grabbing the magnitude of what he was saying, the impact of, Africans coming together and even building Akosombo Dam, the Tamamoto Way. All of these accumulated a lot of noise. The fact that Ghanaians, some section of Ghanaians and politicians and his mates didn't understand his vision. So I'm sure it was a huge challenge for Nkrumah. But guess what? Today, as we speak, he's one of the celebrated politicians on the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
So for me as a blogger, I think it's one of my also huge challenges of me taking certain decisions that my peers want to sit back and doubt and say, hey, do you think it's only you that,
Yeah.
The all too know guy, where are you taking this?
Yeah.
You are positive, so what?
Yeah.
So guess what? All these statements that I'm making, you're going to put on YouTube.
Yeah.
And your children will come and celebrate me, say, so this man actually said this, and it's still manifesting, So it's one of my challenges. My peers and some section of Ghanaians not really understanding my vision and my mission, but I'm sure one day it will actually make sense.
Yeah, of course it will, because you are thinking about the future, you're not thinking about today, and already you're a testimony to a lot of people, from your works. Now, my next question would be, blogging has evolved significantly over the years. How do you stay relevant and continue to engage your audience in such a dynamic digital landscape?
So thank you so much. So number one, if you want to stay relevant and be more powerful and enjoy the talkability, I think you have to sit down, relax, pause. Number one. I'm saying this because a lot of people rush into the space and they crash. So one of the key advice I give it to people when I'm organizing seminars and workshops is that take it easy with yourself. Number one. Look, there are a lot of years ahead of us.
Yeah. Why rush?
Why are you going? No. Let me talk to that for a minute. Why are you going? Yo, my sister, my brother, my mother. Let me even talk to the youth. Where are you going? Because sometimes when you look at what other people are doing, you might want to sit down and say that, oh, let me just do this in a rush. A lot of people are doing podcasts. But the first time I met you, I said, just take it easy. Just stay in your lane. Just take it easy.
Yeah, you did.
So number one, relax yourself. If you're a youth, if you want to stay relevant, just take it easy. Don't rush. I'm saying this because a lot of people, when they come in the blogging space and they see things trending, they want to rush and put information out there.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that, and at the end of the day, the information comes out to be false. You give a lot of people room to doubt your credibility. That's what I'm saying. Take your time.
Yeah.
So, for instance, there's a thing trending on social media about somebody making a statement. Have you been able to take your time? Whilst other media platforms or bloggers are reporting, have you taken your time to do a thorough research to know that, okay, is this information very relevant or important or credible?
Yeah.
So, there are a lot of times when things or news items are trending, people will test me, Kobby, if you're not saying this, we are not going to believe it.
Yeah.
Because they believe that Kobby will relax, take his time and come out with the information.
Yeah.
No matter how other bloggers are reporting, they are still waiting for that particular person to report it. So take your time and chill. Don't rush it.
Yeah.
Another point is identify your niche. There are a lot of bloggers in the world.
Yeah.
I'll do a lot of research. Like I mentioned, I stand to be corrected. But I've never, per my research, I've never seen any African blogger trying to speak for the vulnerable in society, trying to identify problems and using his or her portal to address challenges. Yeah. If you have seen one, I think you can share with me.
Nah, not yet. Maybe.
Because we have tourism bloggers, we have food bloggers, we have entertainment bloggers, we have fashion bloggers, we have tech bloggers, but developmental humanitarian blogging. Yeah. So find your niche. Once you find your niche, you become, then you carry the center of the stage. And if you want to build a niche for yourself, one of the key factors is that it's not going to come easy.
Yes.
But the glory at the end of it is very enjoyable. Because when, to date, like you mentioned, the first time I met you, you said you had met a lot of bloggers. Communicated with quite a few people, and they said, when you told them about your podcast, literally about 90% of the people mentioned my name.
Yeah.
Because I've been able to build a niche for myself, I don't rush for gigs. I don't rush to be relevant. I tell my workers that I can go mute for 1 year. My name will still be relevant.
Yeah, exactly. You don't
because I don't because listen, a few weeks ago there are a lot of things trending on social media. Even beginning of this year, there's a lot of things trending. Yeah, I don't follow trends. But you can never count Ghanaian bloggers and take my name out. But there are some people, they need to be part of those conversations on social media before their voices will be heard.
They're relevant.
So make sure that you find a niche, and the niche that you are building for yourself is a niche that you'll be proud of when you are in your retirement age.
Well, I know the society that we live in, and when you choose that path that you are on, is extremely difficult.
Very,
very, very difficult. Because now, look, you are all about positivity, and I'm sure people are busy waiting for you to slip off.
Yeah.
Once you slip off, that's when they're gonna come for. I'm sure already people are coming for you. But they're waiting for the opportunity for you to slip off. Do you get worried one day, thinking, you are there thinking about charity works, you're there thinking about positivity, and people are wondering,
there's somebody back makes you something.
Do you get worried? Even when you're walking, do you feel like people are watching you? What is the pressure that comes to you?
This is a very important question, a very huge one. So when I was celebrating my birthday, I saw one particular tweet that caught my attention, and I had to repost it on my WhatsApp status. And the person was like, "Happy birthday, Kobby Kyei. You're doing a great job, but there's something I don't like about you. You don't like trouble. Why?" That's what the person said.
And they don't like that about you.
Yes.
Right.
I think people actually get frustrated that they just want me to be in the news. I mean, what? I mean, I don't know. They just want me to be in the news.
Yeah.
The talkability, like, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, this guy's always minding his business.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? We want to talk about you.
Yeah.
You know, so. And another person also said, when are we going to talk about you? Like, you seem innocent, you know?
Yeah.
But the point or the answer is that it's not a conscious effort to stay away from trouble.
Yeah.
Because Julius, guess what? No, how are you even going to consciously control yourself?
Yes.
If somebody wants to tame you, the person can tame you.
Yeah. Because we're only humans.
We are humans, you know. So I don't want to sound like I am too perfect, that I'm conscious that I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do this. I think the answer is that I just give God the glory for not making me be a victim of ridicule in the media landscape or in a society, because I make female friends, and sometimes, you know, my mom will call you and say, "Kobby, man, you're careful," you know, because literally in our society, we perceive that women will bring you the issues and all that.
Yeah.
But I always tell my mom that, I can make female friends. You just pray for me. I'll pray for myself. Because Senior, you visit somebody and the person is hiding a camera. How are you going to know?
How you going to know?
So it's just by the grace of God.
Yeah.
But I think I am somebody that follow my instinct very well. I pay critical attention to my instinct. And I think it's one of the things that God has given to us that we humans don't follow because of stubbornness.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are in a direction or in a path and you know that God is talking to you. There's a voice telling you that you'll be careful of this person.
Yeah.
Whether female or male, this person. So what I've been able to adapt is that I've been able to work towards my my instinct. So it worked very fast for me.
Yeah.
So when I meet a new friend and we are moving out up and down, I have a lot of people that I work with, and within some few weeks, they don't hear from me. And you might think that I'm wicked. Yeah. Or you might think that you have done something wrong. Probably the problem is not from you, but my instinct is telling me to be extremely careful.
Yeah.
So my instinct...
ignore their instinct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my instinct is always right.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are events that, you know, they invite my fellow bloggers. You know, I am somebody, if you invite me that there's a party, there's an opening of a bar or a shop, I ask questions. I mean, then we met at the mall, at the ANC mall, I asked a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Because everything that I want to associate myself with, I need to ask questions. So one day call me that Kobby, there's a pub that we want to open this weekend, and how much will you charge? We've invited all the bloggers, so please come through. I said, I don't work like that. What is the name of the pub?
Yeah.
The location? What is the mission and the vision of the pub? What are they going to do? Because I don't want to find myself in a situation whereby I will go to an opening of a pub where there are strippers.
Yeah.
Imagine what people are going to think about me. Even if I don't post and people see me sitting there.
Yeah.
They take videos.
Yeah.
And the ladies are in front of me, and I'm just sitting there smiling. Yeah. That's alone. It's a huge news. Yeah. Hey, what is Kobby Kyei doing there?
Yeah.
You know? So it's just by the grace of God.
Yeah.
That He is protecting me. I am not perfect, but I still pray to God that God should look at the many people that I'm helping in communities so that people will not disgrace me. Because when my name comes down, or when any bad news come around my brand, God, I'm communicating with you today. It is going to affect the vulnerable that I speak for. Yeah. So God, please be my protector. That's what I can say.
Well, talking about vulnerable people that, you know, you stand for, because this is some things like me and you have some things in common, you know, because I've done care jobs in the UK. You know, I'm a support worker, and I've done some therapeutic work as well. And when the first day we met, and then he said cerebral palsy,
Yeah,
I'm like,
it rang the bell.
I've never heard Ghanaians saying that, because it's not too, big in Ghana. People don't really take it seriously. That's why when you said you celebrate your birthday with them, like, why not? Let me join you. And also you've done some charity works as well, boreholes and other stuff that you do. Okay, so now, why do you care so much about these vulnerable people? Because you could have used your time, that time in your birthday, you spent with them. It's so touching. You have no idea, and I'm like, okay, this is something that I want to do as well, so I got some inspiration from you, and also, one other thing that you do, I saw your zebra cross.
Yeah, my respect for zebra cross.
Yeah. So when I was in Ghana before I traveled, I did my national service with Ghana road safety. So I used to go to the rural communities, to educate them how to cross the road.
Amazing.
And something that I was thinking to do as well while I'm in Ghana, to volunteer maybe once a week or something like that, to also help, because it means a lot, when you do these kind of things. Because I remember back, I didn't like it before, when you are in Ghana and doing national service, you need the money. So I was waiting for the money. I just have to back. I found myself, liking this job because I realized how much impact I'm putting. Like even if you're saving one life,
absolutely,
in a year, it means a lot. So please, with your child work, this, let me know, and then anytime you go out,
thank you,
I will join, because I'm very interested. But yeah, back to my question: why that path?
So
apart from the positivity. And
yes. So let me speak something deep to you right now. Yourself, myself, and my friend here, all of us get it here in the room. 200 years to come, all of us here are not going to be alive. Yeah. Do you believe that?
100%. I agree.
200 years to come, probably this building might be renovated to a different architecture design. True. 200 years to come, this microphone, we can find this microphone. But 200 years to come, what is coming out from our mouth will still be alive. Whatever we are saying, the words that we are saying will still be relevant. The people that I'm supporting in the community, those deed will carry on to generation, and my name will forever be there, forever and ever. You have a car, have a car. But I don't think that we are thriving because of cars. I don't think that we want to do something because of mansions. Those things are bonus because you have to get shelter. I was telling a friend that you get money, those days, the Mercedes-Benz that people were standing behind or in front to take pictures are dusty now. When they bought it brand new, people were taking pictures. But today you see some old Mercedes-Benz parked in garages and nobody wants to associate with the Benz. But what the owner of the Benz did years ago will still be relevant forever, whether it was good deed or was bad deed. When I was growing up, my mom used to tell me that good name is better than riches. I couldn't understand because that message was very heavy for me at that time when I was growing up. I'm sure your mom also told you that good name is better than riches. Today's youth will tell you that they have found a way to make that proverb very funny, because they will tell you that, look, you can't go and stand at the water joint and mention a rich man's name and say your let's say your father is despite, and they'll give you wachi just because. No, it's deeper than what we think. Yeah, because people actually came to leave legacy, build an impactful character that today, generations after generations, are enjoying from that fruit. So you will never be remembered of the fact that, sometimes I see people, this might sound sensitive, but I've never seen any ranking of the best wedding in the world before.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that people fantasize or fancy luxury. I've never seen rankings of the best wedding reception bestest.
Yeah, I get it.
But I've actually seen where people have been celebrated with the impact that they've made on earth. So that actually inspired me to do what I do. Because one day, I wouldn't be remembered of the person or the blogger who built, or the first blogger or the second blogger or the third blogger to build a mansion or to buy a Mercedes-Benz. I wouldn't be remembered for that. But guess what? When I'm normal and people go on YouTube and on my social media channels to see me spending time with children suffering from cerebral palsy, that is heartwarming. You know? But again, we are also in a space, or we are in a country, Ghana, where we don't celebrate our heroes.
Yes.
So if you don't take time and you are not self-motivated, you would want to do things that in future you regret. Because I tell you, we don't even have Hall of Fame in Ghana. We don't have any museum where we can go to say that, okay, when we enter this room in the creative space, these are our heroes. Dr. Pablo, A.B. Clinton, a lot of our legends are dying, and we don't even have their first guitar that they use, their first piano, their first drums, even nothing at all. We should have their pictures in a museum where we can go to pick an inspiration from. And so the young Ghanaian coming up will want to ask or question the system to say that I'm fighting for Ghana.
Yeah.
I'm doing zebra crossing. I am doing this. I'm helping the vulnerable. We've had a lot of beautiful and impactful journalists in Ghana. You ask yourself, how are we celebrating these heroes? So let me use your platform to also advocate for the private entities and also to the whole government bodies to actually create something sort of like a Hall of Fame or a museum where it will inspire the younger generations to know that if I'm able to do something impactful for my country or my nation, one day my picture will be here for the next generation to come and see what I did.
Yeah.
We don't celebrate our heroes. And so it is actually not motivating people to stand tall and fight for Ghana. Everybody wants to run away.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go and live abroad. You ask yourself, why? Because down here, they are not appreciated.
Yeah.
Let me not even go to that extent. If you look at our family settings, if you are not appreciated with what you do by your mom or your siblings, you find a way to move to a different place. Yeah. A lot of people have moved from Kumasi to Accra because in their area or in their city or in their small town, they are not being appreciated. Yeah. So this even goes beyond the fact that we are even traveling from our country to the next country. It should start from home. We should be able to celebrate our sisters when they are doing well. We should be able to celebrate our mothers, our fathers. You know, we have International Women's Day. When we celebrate our women so beautifully. Yeah. How do we celebrate the men as well? You know, this is a whole topic of discussion. We have International Men's Day. Do we celebrate International Men's Day? Father's Day, how do we celebrate them, you know? Because even if I'm going to speak on behalf of the men, we are in a system where we don't allow men to share what they go through. Yeah. Men don't cry. Yeah. You know? So I think that we should be able to celebrate, in a nutshell, we should celebrate our heroes in this country so that we inspire the young ones coming, you know?
Obviously, back in the days where we didn't really have relationship with our fathers, you know, but I feel like it's changing now. You know, men are doing so well to have, you know, to build a rapport and a relationship with their kids. And whether the kids also see the fathers the same way, I'm not too sure. But I know how they hold their mom, you know, to high esteem, you know, to their heart. Now, my next question will be, looking at your works, looking at what you stand for, your charity works, your passion, you know, how you want to empower the youth. Have you considered getting a career in the public service, or in other words, like political career? Because for me, I see you as a leader. You know, you stand for the vulnerable people. You stand for the youth. You're about. I know. I can see how much it means to you. I can see how much changes that you want to make. The impact that you want to make in this life. Have you considered, becoming a politician one day?
So
Because then I feel like that will give you the resource, to continue your good work. It will be a bit less difficult, to continue your good work.
I think it's a yes or no. It's a yes because, like you said, if you belong to a political party, or obviously propel you to get that enabling environment to achieve what you want to do in support for your community, Honorable Kobby Kyei or Honorable Kyei and all that, you get all those accolades and all that. But it's also the no for me, because I feel that looking at what has happened over the years in some people who are in public services, majority of them go in with beautiful intent to change the narrative. But when you go, the surroundings actually mute you, not to affect the change that you dreamt about.
But Kobby, that's the same surroundings. I mean, that's the same problem that you are facing as a positive, blogger. Okay. So
you feel that?
Because I feel like you will be best for that role, because regardless, you're gonna have challenges. But obviously you stand on your feet. You started a long time ago. You're still here and you're still going.
Yes. So I think that let me just land on this this whole thing. The reason, like I said, that you will never get the enabling environment, because what I see and what I feel and what I want to do, the system probably, and it's a 50-50 situation. The system might not allow me, because like I mentioned, there are people that willingly wanted to create a change, but the moment they get there, but I bet you, like, where did you come? So there's a whole lot of sabotage. So people who are in a public space who want to create change are not allowed, because probably they want to meet their seniors and all that, and we in Africa, we don't understand politics so well. We don't understand. I think that there should be a lot of education for people to know that genuinely, if you want to support, and if I belong to NDC, it shouldn't create a problem. If I belong to NDC, it shouldn't create a problem. We are in a space where if you want to come out to say that you support one political party, people are going to go hard at you. So what I've always prayed to God, and Julius, I'm going to tell you, what I'm praying to God is not even to be in the political space. I want God to use me beyond politics to create the change, because there are a lot of people in the history of the world who created a lot of change that were not in the public space. I can tell you for a fact that the late Kofi Annan was very powerful than some of our politicians. True or false?
True.
Exactly. So it means I can also get to a level where I can be obviously powerful than our politicians here. So that's the level I want God to take me. I want God to take me to a level where just by my voice, just by something, I can create that change for my country, not necessarily entering into politics. But I mean, I think it's good to enter into politics, but we still need education for our people to know that belonging to a political party is never a crime.
Good. All right. So what impact do you hope to leave through your work, and how do you measure success for yourself as a blogger and influencer?
How I measure success is in two folds. Number one is looking at where I started and where I'm going. Now, I just always appreciate my success by when I was at 0, I moved to 1, I moved to 2. I don't appreciate success by material things. I appreciate success by, number one, health. How I am very good in my system how I can move freely about to do what I'm supposed to do, how I wake up in the morning not complaining about headache, my stomach, I can't go to work, I can't go in crazy shit. That's a success for me. Because guess what? When you go to Kolebu or Ridge Hospital, there are a lot of people that are stagnant because of health issues. But for me to wake up every morning, drink water, eat, and go about my daily activities, that is success for me. And people literally people don't take that part serious when it comes to success. They are looking at building the mansions so far as I am healthy, that is success for me, number one. Number two, so how I measure success is the fact that I'm able to use my platform to affect change in communities. Because the community, the Salvation Army Rehabilitation Center that we visited, before we went there, they had sent me complaints about the children not getting water to drink, food to eat, a lot of complaints. But for me to mobilize my friends, including yourself, Nana McBrown, and a host of others, to say, bring these things on board, these items, let's go and put smiles on their faces. That is more successful than you seeing me in a Range Rover. Because I don't know, but I think that we are so myopic. And I've had the opportunity by God's grace to travel, and I've seen Mercedes-Benz as a taxi. And I'm like, God, somebody is driving the same car in Ghana, and this person wants us to carry him or carry her. This person wants to suspect everybody who is in Trotro or Pragia. So I don't see those things as success. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go in an interview for the host to ask me that, do you have a house, do you have a car? No. The success is the fact that I've been able to build a borehole for a community which is going to serve them generation after generation. And that is more successful than everything.
That's deep. That's
Thank
deep.
you.
Because a lot of people measure success as in, they only think, when they hear success, they only think financial success.
No. It's not. No. How?
There's a lot.
An impact.
Of impact.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I use a small car, and people ask me, I think you're too big for this car. And yes, I don't know how I can say this in English.
Oh, I mean, I don't know either.
You know, but sometimes I wish people would just go beyond the material things. Don't look at me and ask me, Kobby, what car are you driving? Or where do you stay? I want you to think about me as the blogger. I want to actually be known and to be identified in history as the blogger who came in Africa from Ghana, who used his platform to change communities. I don't want to be remembered as the blogger who bought Range Rover and all that. Because mind you, the Range Rover can just go and hit, sorry to say, to crash. What am I going to do? But if I provide boreholes for a community, it is for generations and it is for generations.
And obviously, like, material things just come and go, because, like, just imagine every year there's a new Range Rover coming.
There's always a new type. There's always new iPhone coming. iPhone 12, iPhone 13, 14. So if you're going to follow those things, sometimes it's sad to see a lot of our ladies jumping into getting the latest iPhone. But when you move into their mindset and what is in them, their mind here, if we should tap into their mindset, those who follow material things want to buy the latest iPhone. If we should open their mindset to see what is inside, you will cry. You go like, yo. So why do you need the iPhone for?
And I remember the first lady that we interviewed, her name is Sela, and she does nails. She's extremely well. And when we were planning to invite her on the show, my peer call was like, imagine how old this girl is doing. And then he was like, let's go around, ask 10 girls their plans. 9 of them will chat rubbish to you.
Yes, or they will tell you that they need a trip to Dubai. They need a trip to Dubai.
It's very heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking.
sometimes, like you said, I'm so passionate that if I come across young girls, I wish I will gather all of them at Accra Sports Stadium to speak wisdom into their head. You know, and that's the vision, to organize a summit where I have thousands or millions of Ghanaians gathered in one place to tell them that, look, you need to change your mindset on how you see things. You know, because this person came, we're celebrating the person for having big breasts. The next day, the next one who has the bigger than the previous one will trend. We're in a country where we measure buttocks or ass more than certificates. A lot of the girls who are going to the tertiary institution, who are going to the media schools, who wants to graduate and do something for themselves, are not getting the opportunities. But somebody with a big ass, those are the people that we put them in the limelight to train every day. So in Ghana, what is the power of certificates now? And I'm asking every Ghanaian, what is the power of certificates now? Because there are a lot of people who just, some don't even go to school at all, but because of the fact that they have big bottles, they are living in an estate. They are driving the latest cars. But somebody who went through the process is still at home just because she doesn't have big bottles. How are we building our nation? How are we building future generations?
And watch some of your interviews, and one word that you keep saying, you know, about this generation, you know, is audiovisual. Is what we see. So people, all these people that Ghanaians are entertaining, or like the world are entertaining, obviously the younger ones are looking up to them.
Obviously.
That's how they do, because they feel like that's how they're going to make it.
Yes, because we celebrate them.
You
know, that's why I've always maintained the fact that I think we should, Africans, it's either we create our own social media platforms, or we sit down, you know, the way America is going back and forth with China, TikTok. Because they're looking at the space and how the thing is somehow affecting them negatively. So why are we not, as a nation, sitting down with Instagram, TikTok? Why are we just neglecting them? Why are we not sitting down with them to say that, look, we want you to mute those messing up in our space and empower and verify the people who are doing creative stuff, mathematics, English, powerful stuff.
Do you think that's possible?
It's highly possible because we have leaders in this country. I doubt Instagram just came to settle in Ghana or Africa. I doubt, because even when you are signing up, they'll ask you your country. Anytime you are signing up on any of these platforms, they ask you your name, your age, your country. So they have all those databases. So you should be able, so just tell them that you have the database of Ghanaians on TikTok. Can you do this for us before we can operate here? Make sure that those who are doing positive and inspiring things, the algorithm should amplify them. And those who are messing up in the country, those who are not using the platform to push or to sell the country positively, mute them. But nobody, and this conversation that we are having will make sense from 50 years to come. And people will revisit this kind of conversation because nobody is giving a damn about what is happening on social media. Because America have seen it and they know that in as much as that TikTok in a way is helping the economy, it is also destroying the economy. You know, go to Ghanaian TikTok. 90% of the youth on Ghanaian TikTok. Sometimes I go as late as 2 a.m. You see someone live on TikTok just messing up because of flowers.
So they
look at the content. It's crazy. And children are watching and nobody gives a damn about what is happening.
I mean, I hope our leaders do something. I'm sure there's some leaders that really, you know, want to help, you know, in this phase, but I don't know how and why they're not doing it. For those who want to follow you in your footsteps, what would be your top 3 tips for becoming a successful blogger and digital influencer?
So I don't know. And I think that I've spoken about this in an earlier conversation. If you want to be a successful blogger, number 1, take it easy with yourself. You know, take it easy. Number 2, identify yourself with something unique. That's the niche that I spoke about. And thirdly, I think you have to do a lot of research. You know, don't just follow what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Research is very important. You know, because coming to sit in front of you, you can clearly tell that there's a lot of research here. You know, because sometimes I go to some places and when they invite me for interviews, because the host think that, oh, bloggers, you I'm a translator. By the time we finish the interview,
nothing has come out of it.
You know, because I do a lot of research, when I go for interviews, you actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
You will never see me as just an ordinary blogger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would advise any person, you know, or people out there want to go into blogging is that put value on yourself. I do, like I am so branded to the extent that you I don't pick my car and go anywhere. Because what everybody knows is that bloggers are everywhere, all over the place. I am not all over the place. If you know your value, there are some content you post.
Yeah.
I can tell you, there are a lot of things, products that comes with that Kobby, we are paying you this. I declare them because of some standard that I'm building. You know? So relax, take it easy with yourself, find peace with yourself, identify your niche, and make sure that you place value on yourself. And so you do more research. When you do more research, companies will invite you to have conversation with you, and you end up giving them ideas.
Yeah.
You know, so that they will see you not just a blogger, but somebody who is actually, who knows what he's doing, you know? And I also say, lastly, is that let your followers rest. What I mean by that is that just like a TV station will go for commercial break, a radio station will go for commercial break. I can go 2 days without posting.
Yeah.
I want my followers to breathe. Thank you.
Well, I'm maybe short of words right now, you know, because you've helped change the whole narrative about blogging and about being positive blogger, you know, and I'm sure a lot of people, this interview, you know, a lot of people will learn from it, you know what I mean, even if they don't want to be a blogger, you know, whatever, you know, because this not just about, cut across everywhere, you know. So I'm honored you came today.
Thank you.
You know, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. And to my followers, you guys are going to see a lot of time with Julius content on my platform, on Instagram, on X, on TikTok. So I'm here to talk, but henceforth or in going forward, I'm also going to be pushing his content on all my platforms. So let's look up to that. And if you want to feed your mind, search the right channel to follow this time with Julius. God bless you all, and trust me, you guys will never regret. He's got a lot of beautiful guests coming on the channel. God bless you. And Julius, God bless you, your entire crew, for having me today. You will never regret hosting me today. Yeah. And one day you look back to this interview and you smile.
Yeah.
Make sure that the family will watch this back.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Yeah, of course.
And make shout out to all the family members too.
All right. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See you soon.